This is the story of James Allen, a 30-year-old man, businessman, a father, entrepreneur, college student. He has his master's degree and his bachelor degree. I'm your host, Darnell Bonds. Welcome to the D Bond Show. This is the murder of James Allen. He lived in Miami-Dade County. He stayed in a luxury condos. His net worth was $5.5 million at the time. This happened in 2016. He was at home chilling when there was a loud noise at the door. Two groups of guys, two men, I believe was a black male and a white male, who kicked in the door. That caught on CCTV at the time. They had long weapons, I believe as a rifle, assault rifle. Some say it was an AK-47. The other one says an R-15. They busted in his house, tie him up. His family was out on vacation. His wife and his two kids was out on vacation. He then proceeded to tell them that the money is not here. He thought he was getting robbed. It was a home invasion. And he then assumed that this was going to be a hit. Somebody ordered a hit on him at the time. So he tried to get him all the money. They tied him up, put his hands behind his back. They used handcuffs. James is only 5'8", 195 pounds, black male. They put him on his knees. They put the gun on the back of his head. They shot it 3 times. They shot him 3 times in the back of the head. They didn't take none. They left. It was big on the news where the community started worried. It was a businessman that got killed in his own house. A gated community. Big house with security always around. So they knew the perpetrators. They left in a van, a black van, 2002 Chevy Express, all black, like a cargo van. I'm looking at the pictures now. It was like a cargo van. So when they started looking, the police put a bulletin out. They started looking for it. The homicide detective questioned the wife, notified the wife while they was on vacation. He started questioning her on the phone, said she needed to fly back to Miami as soon as possible. So she hopped on a private jet. She left the kids with the nanny in Indianapolis, Indiana at the time. They was at the brickyard. So she flew back, they went to the Dade County police precinct. And they sat there, they watched her, and she didn't show no emotion at the time. She just sat there, lost. She didn't even cry. She didn't even ask, is her husband still alive? Because they didn't tell her. They just said she needed to come back. So they didn't tell her. So they said, do you know who will hurt your husband? She replied, no. She still didn't ask what happened to him or anything. So they broke the news to her and said, your husband been murdered. We believe it was 2 people that we saw on CCTV at your house and in a gated community where cameras is at the entrance and exit. Detective said she started fake crying at the time, so they gave her some water, some Kleenex, and they asked her, do you sure you don't know anybody will hurt your husband? Do he have any enemies at the time? And she said no. Then they asked her, what's her relationship with her husband? Did y'all have y'all ups and downs? Was he cheating? Was you cheating? Is there an affair going on? She was like, no, we had a good relationship. He was my dream husband. We had a business together. We built an empire, and we keep going on and on. We took trips. He was the nicest, sweetest guy I ever met. I've been knowing him over 20 years. We've been married 15. So we've been together since I was 22 years old. When I got out of college, I was going to be my RN. He told me to do business with him, and we could go far. So he really took care of me. I was like a homestay mom. I don't see what the issue is, but I do know that he never had any problem with anybody. He will give his shirt off his back or give the last cash in his pocket till he got to the ATM. So he stayed there. So the detective asked her, "Do you believe somebody would hurt him like this?" Because this was an execution-style killing. This was not a normal hit. This looked like a hit, if anything. She replied, "No, I do not. I haven't seen her." Her name is Mary Allen. Miss Allen keep insisting she don't know. Out of the blue, she says she asked for her lawyer. And this time the detectives in the room was dumbfounded. They couldn't believe they couldn't believe the wife at the time. Like, why would you lower up? You know what I mean? Like, why would anybody lower up if they didn't have anything? She wasn't accused of anything. She was just questioned at the time. So they couldn't talk to her no more. They let her go. They didn't have enough evidence to hold her, anything. She had a good-ass alibi. She was in Indianapolis, Indiana at the time at the Brickyard where there was cameras and stuff. So the detectives started doing some more camping, started doing some more research. They end up getting her phone record. They got a warrant for her phone record, and in a text message, and they read her text message. And the last text message she got was the job was done, and they read the text back and forth to this number they didn't know. So they did a search on this number. It came back as a dude name. The street nickname was Streets. Came back to the Streets. Turned out his real name was Dwayne Robinson. Dwayne Robinson was a 19-year-old man. Just got AWOL went from the military. So they brought him in. They questioned him, and he broke down. He said, "I was hired to kill somebody. The man's wife hired me to kill him for his insurance money. His insurance money was like $5.6 million. She was going to give me like 10% of that. And I'm going to get some help." She didn't care what I do, how I did it. She just want him gone. And she's like, "I'm going to take a trip." He had all this stuff, and he saved it on his Snapchat too. So they was really communicating with Snapchat and phone. So he said he asked his friend. He said he don't want his friend involved. He said his friend already left the country, went back to England at the time. And the cops looked into that. His friend went back to England, but they was focused on him. So they had one murder suspect. He pulled the trigger. Streets pulled the trigger and killed him. I the one that shot him 3 times in the head with an AR-15. The weapon is still in my car in the parking lot. And they said, "Why are you giving yourself up?" Because she didn't give me the money. It was only a matter of time before I get caught. End of the day, we all had this guilty conscience, she said. So the police went to do a search, detectives went to go to the judge, get a warrant for Miss Allen at the time. Miss Allen was brought into custody and charged with her husband murder. They were still looking for the third person. Streets didn't get the name up at all. He didn't give the name up to the police, to the Dade County Police Department at all. She still she pleaded not guilty, went to trial. The jury came back 10 minutes later, found her guilty. Now she's serving 25 years to life in Dade County. She's got 25 years in life in Dade County too. That's the murder of James Allen. This was a fake story. It's not real. Storytelling.